Noah Bennett had lived alone for nearly 3 years. His small house stood at the end of a quiet street where nothing unusual ever happened. The neighborhood was peaceful, predictable, and almost boring. That was why he immediately noticed the door. The first time it appeared, Noah thought he was imagining things. It was exactly midnight. He had just finished watching television when he walked down the hallway toward his bedroom. Halfway there, he stopped. A door stood at the end of the corridor. A dark wooden door. Old, worn, covered in scratches. The problem was simple. That door had never existed before. Noah stared at it for several seconds. The hallway ended in a blank wall. It always had. Yet now the mysterious door stood there as though it had always belonged. Confused, Noah approached it. His hand reached for the handle. Then his phone rang. The sudden sound startled him. When he looked back toward the door, it was gone. The wall was empty again. No trace remained. No hinges. No marks. Nothing. The next morning, Noah convinced himself he had imagined everything. Stress. Lack of sleep. Too much coffee. There had to be a logical explanation. But the following night, at exactly midnight, the door returned, appearing in the exact same place. Again, Noah approached. Again, fear stopped him. Something about the door felt wrong. Not dangerous. Worse. Familiar. As if he had seen it before somewhere he couldn't remember. For the next week, the same thing happened. Every night. 12 a.m. The door appeared. 6 a.m. The door vanished. Noah began documenting everything. He photographed it, recorded videos, measured the hallway. Yet each morning the evidence disappeared. Photos became corrupted. Videos refused to play. Even digital backups vanished. It was as though the door didn't want proof of its existence. On the 8th night, Noah made a decision. He would open it. At exactly midnight, the familiar wooden door appeared once again. His heart pounded. Sweat formed on his palms. Slowly, he reached for the handle. The metal felt ice cold. The moment he touched it, every light inside the house flickered. The air became strangely still. Then he turned the handle. The door opened. What waited beyond was impossible. It wasn't another room. It wasn't a closet. It wasn't even darkness. On the other side stood another hallway. An exact copy of his own house. Noah stepped through the doorway. Immediately, something felt wrong. The house beyond looked identical to his own. Every picture frame, every piece of furniture, every lamp, everything was exactly where it should be. Yet a strange silence filled the air. No refrigerator hum, no distant traffic, no sounds at all. It felt like stepping into a photograph. Slowly, Noah walked toward the living room. The television was on, but the screen displayed only static. The clock on the wall read 12 a.m. He checked another clock. 12 a.m. His wristwatch. 12 a.m. Every clock inside the house had stopped. Time itself appeared frozen. A cold chill ran through him. Then he noticed something moving. A shadow. Far down the hallway. Someone was there. Noah followed cautiously. The figure disappeared around a corner. He hurried after it. Nothing. The room was empty. Then he heard footsteps upstairs. Slow. Deliberate. One step at a time. Noah climbed the stairs. The sound stopped. Every room stood open. Every room was empty. Except one. The bedroom door was closed. Unlike the others, Noah slowly pushed it open. Inside sat a man. The stranger faced away from him, seated on the edge of the bed, motionless. Noah swallowed hard. "Who are you?" The figure didn't answer. Instead, he slowly stood, then turned around. Noah nearly screamed. The stranger was him. Same face, same eyes, same clothes. A perfect copy. The other Noah stared silently for several seconds. Then he held up a piece of paper. Only 6 words were written on it. "Don't open the door tomorrow." Before Noah could speak, the lights went out. Darkness swallowed the room, and something began moving in the hallway outside. The darkness lasted only seconds. When the lights returned, the other Noah had vanished. The room stood empty. Only the note remained. "Don't open the door tomorrow." Noah grabbed the paper and ran downstairs. The front door was locked. The windows wouldn't open. The house had become a trap. Then he heard it. Footsteps. Not one set. Dozens. Echoing through the hallways. Approaching from every direction. Something was inside the frozen house. Something that didn't belong there. Noah rushed toward the mysterious door. The only exit. The footsteps grew louder. Closer. Closer. Dark shapes appeared at the end of the corridor. Tall figures. Featureless. Human-shaped shadows. Watching him. Waiting. The note trembled in his hand. Then he finally noticed writing on the back. A second message. They only exist if the door stays open. The shadows began moving. Noah sprinted. The doorway appeared ahead. Just as the figures lunged forward, he threw himself through. The moment he crossed back into his own house, the door slammed shut. Every light returned to normal. The hallway was empty. Silence filled the house. No shadows. No frozen clocks. Nothing. The next evening, Noah waited nervously. Midnight arrived. The door appeared again. Exactly as before. He remembered the warning. Don't open the door tomorrow. For several minutes, he stared at the handle. Curiosity tempted him. Questions filled his mind. What were the shadow figures? Who was the other Noah? What happened if he entered again? But this time he resisted. He left the door untouched. At exactly 6 a.m., it disappeared forever. Years later, Noah still wonders what existed beyond that doorway. Yet sometimes, just before midnight, he notices something strange. A shadow standing at the end of the hallway. Watching. Waiting. As if hoping he will open the door one more time.